They say space is silent. No air, no wind, no sound. But what if that isn't entirely true? Imagine drifting in the blackness of the cosmos, when suddenly your instruments pick up a strange hiss, a groaning hum, or even something that sounds like a chorus of birds singing in the void. These aren't science fiction sound effects, they're real. Here's the trick. Sound waves need air or water to travel, but the universe is full of charged particles, plasma, and electromagnetic waves. When spacecraft capture those signals and scientists convert them into sound through a process called sonification, we get to hear the raw voices of space itself. And those voices? They're some of the creepiest sounds ever recorded. From the static of Saturn's rings to the eerie chirp of colliding black holes, this countdown takes you through the 10 most unsettling sounds ever captured beyond Earth. Strap in, because once you hear them, you'll never think of the universe as silent again. It begins with a sudden jolt, like a cosmic alarm clock going off. When Voyager 1 approached Jupiter in 1979, its sensors picked up an eerie signal as it crossed the planet's bow shock, the invisible boundary where the solar wind slams into Jupiter's massive magnetic field. Translated into sound, it comes across as a sharp, violent change in frequency. Almost like something screaming across the void. And the scale? Terrifying. Jupiter's magnetosphere is the largest structure in the solar system. It stretches more than 4 million miles toward the sun. Crossing it is like flying through a wall of invisible energy. Hearing it, you realize, space isn't silent at all. It's alive with storms and shock waves that dwarf anything on Earth. Now imagine driving through a heavy thunderstorm, where the static on your car radio hisses and crackles non-stop. That's what the Cassini probe heard in 2016 when it crossed Saturn's rings. The sound is chaotic, almost like white noise from a haunted radio channel, as if the universe itself is breaking up on the line. Each burst represents tiny collisions, dust, ice, and debris slamming into the spacecraft's instruments as it threaded its way between Saturn's rings. It may sound messy and random, but think about it. Those crackles are the voices of billions of ancient ice particles orbiting a planet larger than Earth itself. Listening to it feels like eavesdropping on Saturn's heartbeat, a heartbeat made of static. And then the sound changes. In 1996, NASA's Galileo spacecraft flew past Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system. What it recorded was something eerie. A high-pitched chirping, fluctuating like a chorus of alien voices trying to make contact. This wasn't science fiction. Ganymede is the only moon known to have its own magnetic field. And when that field interacts with Jupiter's monstrous magnetosphere, plasma waves ripple out, picked up as what sounds like alien radio static. Close your eyes while listening, and it almost feels like a transmission from another civilization. But it's not. It's a moon calling out across the void, wrapped in invisible electromagnetic storms. Now here's the twist. One of the creepiest sounds isn't from another planet. It's from our own. Satellites circling Earth regularly pick up what's called the chorus, and the name is spot on. It sounds like a flock of birds at sunrise, or a chorus of whistles rising and falling in unison. But it isn't birds. It's electrons spiraling along Earth's magnetic field lines, singing as they accelerate to incredible speeds. The strangest part? It happens most often at dawn, giving it an almost supernatural vibe. Like the planet itself wakes up with a chorus of ghostly voices. It's beautiful and chilling at the same time.
If you've ever wondered what Mars itself sounds like, NASA's InSight lander gave us the answer.
Beginning in 2019, its seismometer started picking up low, rumbling vibrations, the deep, groaning sound of Mars quakes. At first, it's almost too subtle to hear. Low clicks, rumbles, and thuds. But when the sounds are amplified, you get the eerie impression of a living world, creaking and shifting beneath the surface. Over 1,300 quakes have been recorded so far, including one as strong as magnitude 5 in 2022. It's like listening to Mars breathing in the dark. A cold, dead planet whispering that it isn't so dead after all.
In 2014, the Rosetta spacecraft approached Comet 67P, Churyumov-Gerasimenko, and what it heard shocked scientists. A rhythmic, almost musical hum, like a ghostly choir chanting in deep space. They called it the comet's song. But this wasn't music, it was ultra-low frequency oscillations, vibrations caused as the comet shed gas and dust while approaching the sun. To make it audible, NASA had to boost the frequency dramatically. The result is a sound that feels alive. Imagine a frozen rock, billions of years old, humming like an ancient alien machine as it drifts through the solar system. That's what Rosetta picked up, and it's unforgettable. In 2022, NASA gave us the answer, and it was horrifying. Scientists converted pressure waves rippling through the hot gas around the supermassive black hole in the Perseus galaxy cluster, 240 million light-years away, into sound. The result? A deep, haunting growl, like the foghorn of some cosmic monster. The pitch is so low, the original waves would take 10 million years per cycle. But sped up for human years, it becomes an endless, droning howl. A reminder that black holes don't just warp space and time, they also roar, forever, into the void. You've heard thunder. Now imagine thunder that never ends. That's what Voyager recorded in 1993 when it captured the constant roar of the sun's corona. Plasma waves, radio bursts, and solar winds slamming out in every direction. The sound is overwhelming, like standing inside a storm of static that never quiets. And it makes sense. The sun is releasing unimaginable energy every second, not just in light and heat, but in X-rays and electromagnetic storms. It's our star singing its furious song, and it's deafening. In 2012, Voyager 1 finally crossed the heliopause, the edge of our solar system. For the first time, humanity was listening to the sound of interstellar space. What it picked up was unsettling. A deep, consistent hum, like the background hiss of an infinite machine. Unlike the chaotic blasts of planets or stars, this was constant, unrelenting. A sonic marker for the edge of our cosmic neighborhood. Scientists described it as a pervasive hiss, the first real sound of the space between the stars. Listening to it feels like staring into the abyss
and realizing the abyss really does hum back.
And finally, the creepiest and most violent sound of all. In 2015, the LIGO Observatory detected something no one had ever heard before: the sound of two black holes colliding. The signal is short, just a quick whoop, a rising chirp that cuts off abruptly. But behind that tiny sound lies the most violent event the universe can produce. Two black holes, 36 and 29 times the mass of our Sun, spiraling inward until they merged. The energy released in that moment was so immense that 3 suns worth of mass was converted directly into gravitational waves. That little chirp? It was space-time itself ringing like a bell. And it may be the single most terrifying sound ever captured. Space is supposed to be silent, but what we've learned is far more unsettling. The universe is full of voices. Hisses from rings, growls from black holes, hums from the edge of interstellar space. Some are whispers, some are roars, but all of them remind us that the cosmos is alive, restless, and far more powerful than we can imagine. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember, it isn't silent, it's screaming. We just needed the right instruments to listen.